What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon trading card game online video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a deck featuring one of everybody's favorite Pokemon, Pikachu. Everybody loves Pikachu, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew everybody liked Pikachu. Alright, let's get right in onto how to build a Pikachu Vmax deck. Pikachu V is really nothing special, so we're just gonna go straight to Pikachu Vmax. And looks like this man might have had one too many muffins. He's put a little fat in that belly. Might wanna lose a little bit of that. But anyway, he's got a pretty strong attack, Gmax Volt tackle, and I mean, this guy looks like he could tackle you pretty hard, and he does. For 3 white energy, you do 120 damage, and if you discard all of that energy, you can do 270, which is a lot of damage for just a normal attack. We've seen some Lightning Pokemon GX have the potential to do 270 damage with their GX attack, but that's just for one turn of the game. So Pikachu VMAX has a lot of potential and a big belly. Unfortunately, Pikachu and Zekrom is going to be rotating out soon, so we're not going to focus on this card very much, but I did want to point it out because right now, before the rotation, Full Blitz is probably the best way to load up your Pikachu VMAX. It does 150 damage and gets you those 3 light energies that you can attach straight onto Pikachu VMAX, which is enough to do that Gmax Volt tackle for the full 270 damage. And next turn, you can bring up Pikachu and Zekrom, do that Full Blitz again, and attach that energy back on the Pikachu VMAX and keep that cycle going until you've won the game. You will want to include a lot of lightning energy in your deck so that way you can keep getting this Full Blitz out. Another card I wanted to point out really quickly was Tabikoka Prism Star. This is a great one to set up your Pikachu Zekrom if you're using that in your Pikachu VMAX deck. And after you've used Pikachu VMAX and discard that white energy, you can grab that white energy out of your discard pile and attach it to your Pokemon so you can get Pikachu VMAX up and running really quickly. So the main Pokemon that's going to go with Pikachu VMAX I'll be focusing on today is Bolton V. So this one goes great with Pikachu and Zekrom, and the main reason for that is Electrify. It lets you search your deck for 2 white energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon. So during your turn you can attach white and white energy, so you can attach that to Pikachu VMAX, and then use Electrify, grab 2 more white energy, put it on the Pikachu VMAX, and you've got it set up for next turn. It's not quite as effective as Pikachu and Zekrom because it doesn't deal damage, and it's not as strong, you don't get all 3 white energy, but it does come at a shorter cost, only 1 white energy, so this is a great card to use for Pikachu VMAX, and it's the one that we'll be focusing on today. A card that you might just want to throw in your Pikachu VMAX deck for some other options is Vika Volt V. 210 HP, Paralyzing Bolt is what makes this card so great. It only does 50 damage, but during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. If you look at any competitive deck, you'll see a lot of item cards. It's usually like 40 cards of their deck, you'll see item cards. So, Paralyzing Bolt completely shuts all of that down, which can cause for some big disruption. So, if you're running out of options, you need to stall for a little bit, Paralyzing Bolt from Vika Volt V could be a good addition to your Pikachu VMAX deck. I would only recommend including 1 copy of Vika Volt V though, since it's not a super crucial part of your deck, and you don't want it to take up too much space. So Dedenne GX is a lightning type Pokemon that been in a lot of lightning decks, but unfortunately that one's going to be leaving us. Good thing is we have Crobat V, which is almost the same thing. Dark Asset, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, allows you to draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. So there's a lot of ways that you can put all of your cards from your hand into your deck or in the discard pile and get the most out of Crobat V. So Dark Asset allows you to stay consistent. Stay tuned to the channel because I'm going to be doing a full video on Crobat V soon, mostly because it just came out in the new Trainer's Toolkit 2.0 with this sick artwork and it just looks so cool. So I'm going to make a video on that in the future, so make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss that one. Even with Pikachu VMAX dishing out a lot of damage, sometimes it's just not enough to take out your opponent's active Pokemon. So putting some bosses owners in your deck is crucial, so that way you can bring up some Pokemon that Pikachu VMAX can knock out, and switch up your opponent's game and just totally screw with their game plan. So I showed you Tabikoka Prism Star is one way to put your lightning energy from your discard pile back into play, but like I said, that one's going to be rotating out. So the main card that you're going to want to include for your trainer cards in a Pikachu VMAX deck is Energy Retrieval. This one has really only been seen in a Blacephalon deck because it's so basic and it's not really that great in a normal deck. But with Pikachu Vmax, it's actually going to help us out a lot. So you're going to be putting all that energy in your discard pile, and you can only include so much in your deck. So you want to do some recycling with that energy. So having energy retrieval allows you to put those energy cards right back into your hand, which is really great, because you don't want to just have all of that white energy sitting in the trash can. You're probably going to be running 4 Pikachu V and 4 Pikachu Vmax, which is a lot of evolution Pokemon. To get those out quicker, you'll want to include evolution incense. I wouldn't recommend including more than 2 copies, and you probably only need 1 because we'll have some draw options in this deck that you can use. But evolution incense allows you to find your Pikachu Vmax in a pretty efficient and easy way, so you can get those out quickly. A lot of decks have a strategy that needs them to build up their hand and have lots of resources in their hand, but you actually don't have that problem with this deck. So you don't need to fill up your hand with just a load of cards. So this Marnie here is a great card. Some decks don't include a ton of copies of it because it forces them to put their hand back into their deck, but actually works pretty well in this deck since we won't be using a ton of cards in our hand. We don't need to have a super full hand. So I would say you're welcome to include more than 2 copies of this, but again, it is still not a super essential card, so maybe just stick with 2. It's all up to you though. You've seen that we have lots of cards in this deck to bring back stuff from the discard pile, so don't be afraid to include Professor's Research. Not only is it a staple that allows you to discard your hand and draw some cards for great consistency and card draw, it's also pretty efficient in this deck because some cards that you may not want to discard in a normal deck, like they're pretty precious and you won't be able to get them back. We have a whole bunch of cards like Ordinary Rod and Energy Retrieval, so you don't have to worry about discarding that energy that you might need later. Quick Ball also discards some cards, which can scare some people away from putting this card in their deck. But like I said, Ordinary Rod, Energy Retrieval, you can grab that energy in those Pokemon back very easily. So don't be afraid to put Quick Ball in here. It's a great card for getting set up. Every deck includes some basic Pokemon, so it's a great way to get those out nice and early. We need to get out Bolton so we can set up Pikachu, and in order to have Pikachu Vmax, we need Pikachu V. Speed Lightning Energy goes well with any Lightning deck because it is the special energy for Lightning Pokemon. When you attach it to your Lightning Pokemon, you get to draw 2 cards, which is great for consistency. However, I don't believe that you can attach this card using Electrify from Bolton. Let me know in the comments. I don't think you can because it's a special energy, but the logo here is the exact same as a normal Lightning Energy card. So if you know the rules on that, please let me know in the comments. But this is a great card to include nevertheless, so I would say maybe put 2 copies in there for when you're getting set up, because you can attach it to your Bolton when you're using Electrify, and maybe Vika Volt. So yeah, it allows you to draw some cards, which makes it a great addition. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video showing you how to build a deck and how to use the cards in a Pikachu Vmax deck. Pikachu is one of everybody's favorite cards, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos when they're uploaded. I upload every Monday and Thursday. Well, that's all for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.